What up, people? It's Spiderbot here for NextGenTactics. Battlefield 3 coming at you. This time, well, we're on Gulf of Oman again. If you saw the video from Sunday, we were playing Gulf. We're playing it again. Actually started off almost the same way in the chopper. This time we're dropping down over by the city. You know, because we're feeling it. We want to go out for a night in the city, maybe have some sex in the city. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, we're going to try and capture this flag, but this is a little bit different. You know, you talk about Conquest. I actually prefer the base Conquest game where, you know, each of the teams has a deployment and then you got to go and capture the flags. I don't really like the, you know, Conquest Assault. In some cases, you start with all the bases, or you start without any of them. In this case, we started with 2, and the enemy started with 2, so just a little bit different. But this gameplay is really, you know, I've got the PP2000, I have the RDS on now. It's actually a pretty decent gun, but it's not about the kill death, and, you know, it's about being aggressive and going after the flags in Conquest, and that's what my gameplay is going to be here in this game. This is actually a rather long game, so I don't know what I'm going to keep talking about here as we go on. I think it's, you know, 24 minutes or something like that. But I wanted to show you the whole thing, and, you know, just talk a little bit about being aggressive. I mean, you know, a lot of times I go in these games and you know, you want to squad up, and I do, and I don't know why the hell I have recon on. I think I I was fooling around with the controls when I was in the kit selection the last time I died, and I didn't even switch it. I'm like, no, spawn in, and I'm like, yeah, I still have recon, you retard. So I'm trying to switch to my repair tool and repair the tank, but I'm like, no, I'm recon. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to shoot a sniper rifle. But so, you know, there's one thing when I was talking about being a lone wolf, and I didn't really mean about being a lone wolf, but being someone who would go in, maybe complement your squad, but at least be part of a squad. I mean, the nice thing about Conquest, which is a bit different than Rush, is that you can spawn in a lot of different locations. I mean, Rush, you're either in your deployment, when you're on attacking side, you're either in your deployment or you're spawning on your squad mates, or, you know, a mobile spawn point, or the spawn point that the recons can put down. Which, you know, in Rush, having recons that are going to do that is pretty damn important. On Conquest, it's a little different, especially if you have a number of flags captured. You know, you can spawn on your squad mates, you can spawn on the flags, so as well as a deployment, depending on the type of Conquest game you're playing. And so there are a lot more options in Conquest. I find it, you know, I find Conquest slightly less tactical. I mean, you know, with Rush, you're attacking the base. You know, I can do rushes into the base, especially, you know, the initial rush into the first base on attacking side to, you know, arm the MCOMs really quick and surprise the enemy when they're just trying to set up and trying to push forward, you know, further towards their spawn in front of their base. And the same thing goes, you know, once you capture a base, there's a certain amount of time, you know, you let it tick down, and it's, you know, it's a lot of fun trying to guess, okay, you know, the next base is going to open up, so, you know, you start pushing, and it's like, get back, there are mortars, you know, until the next base spawns in, and, you know, the timers count down, you're like, 5, 4, 3, and you're like, no, go, switch, you know, freaking spawn the base, and then you're down to 1, and the base spawns, and you're okay, and you got, you know, this huge head start, and you can rush in and capture, you know, capture or arm the next MCOM, or the next 2 MCOMs in the next base, and it's, you know, it's a lot of fun. Conquest, you know, I don't know, I guess if you have a couple of organized teams, it's going to be a little more tactical, but, you know, for me, it's, okay, make sure I'm on a decent squad, I can spawn in on them, and I'm just freaking hauling ass from flag to flag and taking them, and just wrecking the enemy team, not necessarily with the number of kills I'm getting, but the aggressiveness and the speed with which I'm going from flag to flag and capturing them and taking them from the enemy. Because half the time, and I'm the same way, you know, I'll talk to my teammates and say, hey, you know, if you guys want to play more defensively, that's great. I'm not a defensive player. All right, I'm not going to sit at a flag and defend it once we have it. All right, I'm an aggressive player. I mean, if I play Rush, or you know, not Rush. I'm sorry, Rush series on like Modern Warfare 3, you're gonna see me be pretty aggressive. But you know, Search and Destroy is a different game too. You know, I want to be pretty aggressive initially and push forward, but then you got to play a little more tactically. And you know, I think some of the comments I got, well, you rush to camp. Well, you know, in a way it is, because you're rushing in to try, you know, especially on offense in Search and Destroy, you're rushing in and you're trying to capture or, you know, take control of an area so that you can plant the bomb. But anyways, just getting, you know, I don't want to get into Modern Warfare 3 here. Getting back to Battlefield 3, you know, with Conquest, it's, you know, I'm just hauling ass, and I leave, you know, I leave the flags. As soon as I capture one, I'm gone on to the next one. And, you know, I'm talking to my squad mates, and you know, generally speaking, there are a number of people that will camp the flag, which you need. I mean, that will stay at that flag location, whether they're sniping, they're playing recon, or whatever. They'll kind of sit at some of the flag locations and defend them. So you need both types of players. You need players that will do that, but you also need players that will be aggressive. And I'm, you know, out of probably anyone I play with, I would say that I'm one of the more aggressive players, both on, you know, Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3. So, and I get, you know, again, you get objective points, and that's, I'm generally at the top of the list, you know, playing with the squad a lot of times, because I'm playing with guys like Hypermole and, you know, Meatwagon and those guys, Axel and Cord, and all these guys, you know, really all these guys I play with are pretty damn good. So it's pretty competitive to try and get on top of the leaderboards, and, you know, get that MVP flag or ribbon, and you know, MVP, MVP2, MVP3, A squad. You know, I try and get those, and it's pretty competitive. It's a lot of fun because, you know, the points generally that you get are objective based. So, you know, I'm taking these flags and I'm getting those points. So, you know, it's great because the point system awards you for doing that. And that's the same thing with DLC and unlocks and whatnot. It actually promotes objective gameplay, as well as promoting, you know, trying different things and trying different classes, which I haven't been doing, and I will try to do as we push forward with the Battlefield 3 videos. You know, I've been playing Engineer. I love playing Engineer, man. I don't know, I just love playing Engineer, but I definitely, you know, I do need to play some of the other classes and get some other gameplay for you. I just, you know, I really hate running into a freaking, you know, enemy armor and you don't have anything that you can use against it. You know, I love having the RPG or the SMA that I could take out enemy vehicles and enemy armor. So, and the buggies is great. I mean, you know, if you can keep a buggy around, and honestly, I don't know what I'm doing here. I hop in the buggy, I'm like switching views, I'm switching seats. Like, what the hell are you doing, Spider? I have no idea. I'll switch to the gun, see if I see anybody. So yeah, again, it's really not about kill-death ratio. You know, it's great if you can get a really good kill-death ratio on it, but you know, I'm so aggressive that it doesn't bother me if I die. You spawn right in. You know, Search and Destroy is a hell of a lot different, obviously, because if you die, you don't spawn to the next round. But here, you know, I can die. If I have a teammate around that can revive me, great. If not, I can just spawn in a few seconds. And, you know, that perfect example of why I love to play the Engineer right there. Perfect example. And it's going to be difficult for me to play other kits. But I will for you guys. I just love it a lot. I love freaking just blasting the crap out of freaking armor. It's awesome. So, you know, I got that flag. I'm gonna hop into the buggy and I go to the next flag. Let's see if we can get some more points, because I'm a point whore. Yes, I am. So yeah, so I don't know what other types of things you guys want to see. I know Back to Karkand is coming out on, I believe, Xbox 360 and PC on December 13th. If you're watching this video on the 12th, so it's one day. It's going to come out the tomorrow. And hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I know PS3 had 1 week timed exclusivity on this DLC. Look at Holy. I'm talking to Holy. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you swimming way the hell out there? I think maybe he tried to spawn on a teammate, and then when he couldn't, it spawned him at deployment. Maybe like he was hitting the button, and his teammate died just as he was spawning in, or just before he spawned in. It happens a lot, actually. And then it ends up defaulting back to deployment. I think it should default back to like a non-selectable deployment, to be honest. If I'm trying to spawn in on a teammate and I'm, I gotta hit the button. You gotta keep hitting it, right? Like you can't just hit it once here, deploy, and as soon as you're ready to deploy, it'll deploy on them. You got to keep hitting it because you have to wait a certain amount of time, and then you have to hit the button. Well, I just sit there half the time. I'm hitting X, 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 and then, my squad mate dies, and I end up spawning in at the deployment. So, I don't know. I think they should, or maybe they have, who knows? Maybe they have patch fixed it. I just don't realize I'm still hitting X all the time. But it'd be nice if I just sit here, hit X, deploy, and I deploy as soon as I'm available to deploy. I think they should. I think they should patch it. I think they should do that. All right, so we're about 12 minutes in here, and son of a bitch, I'm actually getting owned here. And I think this game was actually one of the earlier games I played after they possibly fixed some of the input lag on the PS3 controls. So, I'm still getting back used to the controls, not only for Battlefield 3, but adjusting to the change sensitivity and the input lag. I know a lot of guys have mentioned that it's related to playing on HD, playing in HD. That's what I've been seeing on some of the comments. And I think Colin actually tried playing. What the hell? I'm getting friggin' owned here. I think Colin actually tried playing in 480i or something like that, and he didn't have too good of time doing it, just to see if that would impact the lag. And I'm not sure. I think I remember him tweeting out that he stopped playing. Not sure if it was because it didn't fix it or because it was too difficult to play like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna continue playing. I gotta play again. Either tonight or tomorrow night, get some more footage for Wednesday, and get some more games. I wouldn't mind getting a game. I haven't had a game at on Strike at Karkand, so I want to get that for you guys. Haven't posted any footage on that, or even going back to some of the other games and maybe playing some Conquest. I haven't even played Team Deathmatch, but my game is Rush. I like Search and Destroy in Modern Warfare 3, and I like Rush in Battlefield 3. But let me know what you guys want to see. All right, I do want to get into some more kit-specific videos. I want to talk about the engineer and go through the engineer and maybe go through all the guns. I mean, I have pretty much every single unlock for every single engineer-specific weapon unlocked available. So maybe I can go through the weapons and show you what I think some of the better weapons are, and just show you the differences. The different attachments, I don't know, go through that. The, I haven't used the EOD at all. I don't know. I don't know how effective it is. Have you guys, maybe you guys can leave some comments. I mean, who has used it effectively, on a regular basis? Leave me a comment. And maybe I'll try using that and just doing a video on it or something. Who knows? But let me know what you guys want, and do you guys want me to use other kits and start, unlocking weapon attachments and everything else for all the other kits. I don't have a problem doing that. The recon might be a little difficult for me, but I'll try it. I'll try it out. I don't, you know, I don't want to sit back and be a recon though. But I'll try and be an aggressive recon. Let's put it that way. With a sniper rifle. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Can you quick scope in Battlefield 3? I don't want to be a quick scoper either, so we will see. I can even go through the secondary weapons as well for each. I think they're pretty. I think the secondary weapons are cross kit, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I'll base what I do sort of on your feedback, and see where it goes. All right, so we only have 2 of the 4. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's like, come on, dude, get moving. We need to go take out some freaking flags. So yeah, man, I should have just kept in the buggy. I don't know if I had a buggy there or not. But I hop out of the tank. I'm trying to take this other tank out. Man, I'm going right up to him too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get taken out here. Oh yeah, down to 11%. Oh, the tank's gone. Nice. Oh yeah. Look at the Gens 554, right? You guys remember him from the last video? Or from the skid loader video? Oh, yeah, look at this. I actually do something pretty decent here. Look at this. Oops, wrong button. Huh? See? I'm playing like a team player right there. Right there, guys. I knew that was Holy, I believe. I knew he was running medic. So you know, I'm running engineer. He dies right in front of me. Switch kits. You're now a medic. And revive him. And he's like, he has actually become, what the hell? What kind of weapon do I have? What am I, man? I got a different kit. I'm like, yeah, man. You got my engineer kit because I just switched with you. Yeah, actually got some progression on one of the assignments for that. Look at who's swimming now, man. This is another guy swimming from the deployment. So, and that's part of it, and maybe I'll go into that a little bit more, you know, especially as I unlock some of the other kits, and that is, you know, playing the kit that most complements your squad and your team. So, and playing, you know, not only with the perks as well, because I think at one point, I'm not sure if it was this game, I didn't actually notice what perks we were running. But, you know, running the squad perks that complement everybody. So you got, you know, squad sprint, squad ammo. So you definitely don't, you know, you don't want to have 2 players running the same squad perk. Because then that's just stupid. That's just stupid. But, you know, spawning in with a different kit, depending on the situation, depending on what's happening, if your teammates, you know, need ammo, if you need to be reviving your teammates or whatever, then, you know, I wouldn't say, you know, committing suicide and spawning in with the appropriate kit, but, you know, at least, you know, if you got a couple of recon guys that are sort of sitting back or covering one of the flags from like an elevated position, they're going to need ammo, so, you know, maybe you run a different kit, give them ammo, and then go on your merry way, right? And you're going to get points for that. I mean, they need it, you get points for providing it. It's kind of like a win-win scenario. So, you know, playing to your squad and complimenting them is an important aspect. Especially if you're up against a half-decent team. I mean, here, you know, we don't really have to worry about it. Although, you know, it is quite close. I'm not going to say that it's not a close game and we're dominating them. But at the same time, you know, I don't really feel the need... Whoa. Dude, I'm on your team, man. I don't really feel the need to run other kits to complement these guys. And I think I'm doing my part playing the engineer and being aggressive and capturing flags. I think it's probably more important to do something like that on Rush, as you know, as opposed to Conquest. I don't know, Conquest, and I think some of the guys that maybe some of you guys that may play Conquest regularly might disagree that is a lot more tactical. You know, I think if we had an organized team and we're playing against another organized team, it would be. But for pub matches, you know, I don't think I don't think it needs to be that tactical. But yeah, this Gen's 554. I think he's still upset at me for running him over with a skid loader. I hope he sees some of these videos. It's kind of funny. If anybody has them on PSN as a friend, or send him some messages, tell him to watch the videos, because the skid loader one was pretty funny with him. So, and it's cool that he's in this game also. So I'm actually I don't know if I'm looking for a buggy here, but you know, I don't want to sit around and try and take out the enemies. Again, I want to try and take out the flags. And I wish I had that SMA loaded. SMA. Man, this guy's going for this other flag. So I'm gonna come back. I don't want him capturing this flag. And I think we had some squad mates that probably took them out, or some teammates that took those guys out, unless they went over to an entirely different flag. Anyways, that was a complete waste of time. Oh, now they're taking city. They can't have the city, man! I need to go get some more sex. Damn it, they took it! Son of a bitch! See, I think they actually bypassed that other flag and went to this one. Oh, kill system. Okay, I didn't... Oh, man. I wanted to get the kill in that tank. That sucks. Alright, so let's take the city back. It's Christmas time in the city. Oh, why did I have the smog, man? That was just ridiculous. Freaking interrupted my singing. It's Christmas time in the city. You guys looking forward to Christmas? I'm looking forward to Christmas. Good times, good times. You know, it's always fun after Christmas to go into games and destroy all the Christmas noobs. Alright, I'm gonna try and flank this tank. Yeah! Oh, vehicle disabled, come on, I want to get the kill. No! Damn! That's what happens sometimes when you get aggressive. You son of a bitch. Oh, look. He has, like, the nifty way of spelling ballistic. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's spawn at the city again, because they were still here. But it looks like they got cleared out. So yeah, it's actually pretty decent, this, you know, Gulf of Oman. They have a lot of vehicles, so it's pretty good. But I think we're getting down to the end of it here, and I'm just trying to go in and maybe get another kill or get another flag, but we have 3 of the 4. They only have 6 tickets left? 5? 4? Yeah. Pretty much that's it for the game. So just wanted to give you guys some, you know, some aggressive gameplay. And hey, I didn't do very well in kill death, but kill death is, you know, nearly irrelevant. I mean, it's not entirely irrelevant. Like, I don't want to go 0 and frickin' 34 or anything like that. But 10 and 14, but I'm still, you know, 5,092. I'm almost 1,000 points more than the second place player in that entire match. And it's because I was playing those flags aggressively. I was going and taking them, and, you know, we didn't have a decisive victory. I mean, it wasn't, you know, we didn't have 200 tickets left or 100 tickets left. I mean, we counted down pretty good, and it was a fairly, you know, somewhat close game. But it was a good game, and I love playing it, and I love being aggressive, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Spider Bite, and I'm out.